And it is Tuesday, March 28th, 2017, and we're here with the Skillcast. I'm Adam.
I'm
That's Dan.
Dan.
Oh,
Yay.
now you say it. This week he says it.
It's been a week, Adam. Calm down.
No, I am going to end our friendship over this minute detail.
Adam. Adam. What time
What?
is it going to be in 11 minutes?
It's 4:09, folks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Can you guess?
We're going to do that every week until people know us enough to actually be mad. So, this week, there isn't much news other than how bad, well, let's say how not great Mass Effect Andromeda is.
Yeah, people are still kind of digesting that one.
We do have a bit of a Blizzard block, but first, This is probably... it doesn't sound unreasonable. It's a rumor, but it sounds reasonable, even though it's planned for Nintendo Direct April 1st, so naturally don't take it too seriously. But it was leaked on 4chan, I believe, but it's being reported.
Definitely, credible source.
That's the peak of journalism right there, is the old 4-leaf clover. But I read about it actually on Nintendo Daily, and it says that on April 1st, Saturday, well, at least for us, Nintendo will have a Nintendo Direct, and they will announce a couple of things, and I'll just list them real quick so that you know. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door HD. It's a remaster from the GameCube title.
All right.
Super Mario Maker for Nintendo Switch, which I think that's pretty obviously a good idea.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild DLC, they'll be showing off the Cave of Trials, apparently according to this supposed leak, which is one of the DLC if anybody has the Season Pass like I do. Splatoon 2, there'll be a new trailer showing story mode, which, I played the beta for that. I don't know if anybody else played the beta for that over the weekend. It was fun. I got destroyed. They will be showing off, according to this, Virtual Console, particularly the NES and SNES titles, but also, if this is right, the GameCube. Finally, GameCube Virtual Console games. People have been asking for that since the Wii U, but of course the Wii U did not do like anything. So, GameCube games, in particular, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah.
Also Mario Kart Double Dash, but I don't know who even cares. But
yeah,
it says, according to this leak, that Super Smash Bros. Melee will be available in early June, and Super Mario Sunshine will be in late June. It also says they have plans for where to fit in control schemes that have analog triggers. I believe the GameCube controller had a couple of buttons that the Switch just does not. They'll figure that out, I'm guessing. Also, indie games. There are a couple of indie games supposedly coming, like Runner 3, SteamWorld Dig 2, Overcooked Special Edition, Stardew Valley, Shakedown Hawaii. There is an upcoming 3DS game, or several of them actually, Ever Oasis, Lady Layton, and Fire Emblem Echoes. And finally, it'll end with a new trailer for ARMS, that game that, well, it's about arms punching for the Switch.
Yeah, you're like spring people and you fight.
So yeah, that is the supposed leak. I hope it's true because I really want an HD version of Super Mario Sunshine because I really like that game.
Oh, it'd be gorgeous.
It'd be really nice. It's one of my favorite games that nobody really cares about.
Oh, Adam, a lot of people love that. It's like a staple in the speedrunning community.
I know, but I'm talking about like in comparison to some other Mario games. People...
I'd rate it a little higher than Galaxies.
Oh, that's a controversial opinion, although I would agree.
Like, I think the Galaxies are great, though, but I think, like, as a whole, like, Super Mario Sunshine had, like, such a great theme and environments.
There's something charming about it. I don't know what it is, but it makes me want an island vacation. I think that game made me want to take an island vacation.
And it had a great soundtrack, and the title didn't spell out "You are Mr. Gay" in stars.
Stupid.
And I think Super Mario Galaxy 2 said, "I'm gay, how about you?"
I don't think it was actually saying that.
Like with the stars, just with the stars. It didn't. I doubt it was implicit.
There are a bunch of shitpost images showing the Mario game saying things like "You are Mr." Was it "I am Mr. Gay"? Was it?
It's "You are Mr. Gay."
You are Mr. Gay.
It's just like wherever the stars are touching the letters, it spells out that, and it's so stupid. I just find it funny.
That's so dumb. So I just want to let you people know, in case it was actually news. Again, this is just a 4chan post, so it could just be nonsense.
Also, this is stuff we could probably infer that will probably happen anyway.
Yeah, I want to believe it because of Super Mario Sunshine and because of GameCube games in general. Because I don't know about you guys, all one of you who managed to get the Switch before the drought.
Hey.
I really like the concept of the Switch because it's a portable game and it's very snappy. The interface is like an Android phone. So I really want to have all the games I can possibly get for Nintendo on it because it's like a little Nintendo games library that can play like the good stuff from GameCube and stuff. So it's like I want that.
Yeah, we'll see how much memory it can hold.
Well, I'm gonna get a micro SD. It can support up to 3 terabytes, which does not exist yet as a micro SD. So that's good.
All right.
But so yeah, just want to mention that. Moving on to stuff that is actually confirmed news. Let's just get the Hearthstone stuff out of the way.
Okay. As many of you may know, if you've been following Hearthstone at all, the upcoming expansion, Journey to Ungoro Crater, is coming out in April. I think it's going to be on the 6th or something like that. Like early to mid-April. One thing that should be noted is that starting on Wednesday, which I believe is tomorrow, yes, you will get daily login rewards. Just for logging in the Hearthstone, you will get, on March 29th, 50 gold. On the 30th, you will get a Mean Streets of Gadgetzan card pack. On the 31st, you'll get 100 dust. On April 1st, you'll get a Whispers of the Old Gods card pack. It'd be funny like if they gave you like a Goblins and Gnomes card pack on April 1st.
They give you a Nox Ramus card. Not even a good one.
On April 2nd, they give you Journey to Ungoro Crater pack. On the 3rd, they'll give you 50 gold. On the 4th, they'll give you another Ungoro pack. And on April 5th, they will give you a golden version of the Volcanosaur, which is a 7-mana 5/6 with a battle cry of Adapt and also Adapt.
Double adaptation, which sounds pretty good to me.
For a 7-mana.
It's a little slow, but I think the meta is slowing down a lot. So
yeah, especially with these quest cards coming out.
Yeah, there's only going to be a few packs, and I mean, we're going to see the end of Reno. We're going to see the end of a lot of Burst.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're losing everything that was in Grand Tournament. Are we losing Explorer? League of Explorers?
I don't remember. I believe we have Old Gods, we have Ungoro, of course, we have Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, we have Karazhan.
You got Karazhan. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when Explorers came out.
I don't remember.
I think it was before Whispers. Whispers is the cutoff.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Reno's going out, so League of Explorers has to be out.
So I guess it's all of League of Explorers.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, the way it works is that when the year begins, when the next year begins, and the first release comes out, whether it's a adventure or a pack, um, everything from before the year before is gone. So anything that came out in 2015 is going out when Ungoro comes out.
Aside from classic packs, although some are going into what they're calling the Hall of Fame, which basically means they're banned.
Yeah, because like Ragnaros and Sylvanas, which are always includes, and they just want to get rid of them.
And I think Azure Drake and like a couple other things.
Finally, Sylvanas truly has no time for games.
Yep, she just got Dr. Boomed.
Yeah, goodbye. Remember Dr. Boom? I don't want to remember him.
But anyway, some of the cards have already been revealed, and I'm just going to go down the list and mention at least most of the fun or interesting looking ones. I'm on Hearthstone right now, and so far they have revealed 55 out of 135 cards. So we are like not even halfway there, folks. For Druid, we have Living Mana. It is a 5-mana spell that transforms your mana crystals into 2/2 minions. You recover that mana when they die.
That is really trippy.
Yeah, I'm not sure like how that's gonna play out. I don't know if anyone will use that. There is the Verdant Longneck, who's a 5-mana 5/4 beast, and his battle cry is Adapt, which is the new mechanic where you give it some special ability, like Wind Fury or something. Hunter, we have Swamp King Dread, who's the legendary 7/9/9, and after your opponent plays a minion, he attacks it.
He's very impatient.
He's very impatient. He's a dinosaur. It might be good if like you can get like some stealth on him or something. We have the Hunter quest called the Marsh Queen. You play 7 1-cost minions, and you are rewarded with Queen Carnassa. And Queen Carnassa, where are you? Queen Carnassa is a 5-mana 8/8 beast, and her battle cry is shuffle 15 raptors into your deck. And the raptors are 1-mana 4/3s.
That's pretty insane.
That is 15 of those in your deck. So, long live Face Hunter, I guess.
Yeah, Face Hunter, because Reno is going, I guess Face Hunter is a thing.
Oh, yeah, that's coming back. Reno is like the meta changer for that, but I guess not anymore.
The cancer returns. In the words of Bender Rodriguez, with the ending of, what was it, the end? Let the Pharaoh's reign of cruelty be over, and let a whole new wave of cruelty wash over this lazy land.
Well met. Continuing on with Hunter, we have Tolvir Warden, who is a 5/3/5, and his battle cry is draw 2 1-cost minions from your deck. Oh boy, we are going so Face Hunter. We have the Terror Scale Stalker, who's a 3/3/3. His battle cry is trigger a friendly minion's death rattle. It could be fun.
Yeah.
And speaking of death rattle, we have Small Raptor, who is a 1-mana 2/1, and his death rattle is shuffle a 4/3 raptor into your deck. We got the Crackling Razormaw, who's a 2-mana 3/2, and his battle cry is Adapt a Friendly Beast. Also, I'm going to link you to page so you can follow along too, because it's probably getting insufferable just listening to it.
Yeah, but also I don't think that the people listening are going to be able to follow this by word of mouth alone.
Well, yeah, I'm going to put up the individual cards.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to make some effort.
Well, that'll be the first time.
Well, it's not like that there's a lot of news anyway.
Yeah.
We got Mage, We got Pyros, who's a 2-mana 2/2, and his death rattle is return this to your hand as a 6/6 that costs 6. And I also know that when that one dies, he comes back as a 10/10/10.
Yeah, I don't. That seems too slow. But who knows? Maybe the meta will be that slow at that point.
Well, maybe what if you made a bunch of copies of him?
Yeah, but it wouldn't change the fact that you still have to play each one.
But it'd be cool, Adam.
It'd be cool. Doesn't mean it's
It'd
viable.
be cool. We got Mana Bind. It's a 3-mana spell. It's a 3-mana secret. I apologize. When your opponent casts a spell, add a copy to your hand that costs 0.
That could be good or it could be really, really bad.
It seems very situational. But hey, costs 0.
Once people know the current mage secrets, because a lot of them are going out the door, then they'll know how to play around that. And it's probably only going to get you like flare.
Yeah, I'm not sure like what secrets will even be viable anymore. What has been banned.
Actually, no, it can't even get flare because flare would destroy it.
Yeah, that's true. We have Arcanologist, who's a 2/3. Her battle cry is draw a secret from your deck. Neat. And we have Flame Geyser, who's a 2-mana, deal 2 damage, and add a 1/2 elemental to your hand. Neat.
I guess that's interesting. I don't know if it'll be helpful.
Yeah. We have Sunkeeper Tarim, who's a 6-mana 3/7 with Taunt, and his battle cry is set all other minions' attack and health to 3. So he's like the Keeper Warden, but like for everything on the board.
He's basically that one. What is that guy's name? The one from the tournament. Are you up for the challenge? I will not hold back. I don't know. He's that guy. I don't remember his name.
I don't know. I just think it's interesting because like he has 7 health, so in theory you have to trade 3 minions to take him down.
Yeah, he has the same stats as that guy too, except for the 6 that guy costs. I think 4.
Yeah. The Paladin quest is the last Kaleidosaur. I was gonna say Kaladiosaur, but whatever. It is a quest where you have to cast 6 spells on your minions, and you get the Galvadon. And Galvadon is way down here somewhere.
Yeah, he's an uncollectible somewhere.
Yeah, I know they're at the bottom of the page here. Where are you, Galvadon? Galvadon! He's a 5/5/5, and his battle cry is adapt 5 times.
Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, fun. Still fun. Paladin, still going on. We have Dino Size, which is set a minion's attack and health to 10. Be fun in my Murloc deck. We have Light Fused Stegodon, who is a 4/3/4. His battle cry is adapt your Silver Hand recruits. We have Hydrologist, speaking of Murlocs, who is a 2/2 Murloc, and their little battle cry is discover a secret. And I love the art on this next one, Lost in the Jungle. It's a 1-mana spell that has summoned 2 1/1 Silver Hand recruits.
I guess that's the slightly weaker version of that other card, which I believe has been not legal for a while. What was that name? What was the name of that card? It was like it summoned 3 Silver Hand recruits and gave you a Light's Hammer or Light's Justice.
Yeah, it was like Call to Arms or something. Priest, we have Awaken the Masters, which was like the first quest card that they showcased.
It's actually Awaken the Makers, but JoJo is a strong drug.
Oh, gosh. Get out of my brain, Wamu.
Awaken my masters, Wamu!
Okay. It's a quest where you have to summon 7 Death Rattle minions, and you get Amara, Warden of Hope, who sets your health to 40, which is cool. And this one I think is rather interesting. The Curious Glimmerroot. He's a 3-mana 3/3, and his battle cry is look at 3 cards. If you can guess which one is your opponent's, you get a copy of it.
That certainly adds an element of player-controlled RNG, which I am very adamant that they do not do enough of.
We have Shadow Visions. It's a 2-mana, and it's discover a copy of a spell in your deck. I guess that's good, like, if you have 2 copies of a spell that you really like in your deck.
What you could do is you could play a deck with only 1 spell.
But it's... Whatever. We have Mirage Caller, who's a 3/3 battlecry. Choose a friendly minion, summon a 1/1 copy of it.
That could be really good, depending.
Yeah, I want to say like double Yogg-Saron, but it's like, what are the chances you'd be able to play something after Yogg-Saron?
What are the chances Yogg-Saron even lasts?
We have Crystalline Oracle, who's a 1/1 Death Rattle. Copy a card from your opponent's deck and add it to your hand. We have the Tortolian Shellraiser, who's a 4/6 with Taunt, and his Death Rattle is give a friendly minion 1/1.
Alright, so let's not go over literally every card.
Yeah, let's just go at what I think are some of the new ones. Mostly the legendaries. Caverns Below is the rogue quest, who is play 4 minions with the same name, and you get Crystal Core. And Crystal Core, where are you, Crystal Core? Is a 5-mana thing that's just on the board because it's a quest card. For the rest of your game, your minions are a 5/5. Now, I thought, oh, this would be really good for my mill deck, but now I realized that Gang Up is going away.
Gang Up is going away, so that form of cancer seems to be dying.
Well, not like that it was ever very strong to begin with.
Yeah, it's one of those kinds of decks that I really hate.
This one seems interesting. The Vile Spine Slayer. It's a 5-mana 3/4 combo. And the combo is destroy a minion. That seems pretty strong.
Oh yeah, that could be pretty good. But they are losing
Quite a bit.
They're losing some support, yeah.
Shaman, their quest card is all about the Murlocs, trying to make that Shaman Murloc strong. It's Unite the Murlocs. Summon 10 Murlocs, gain Megafin. And where are you, Megafin? Megafin is a 5/8/8, and his battle cry is fill your hand with random Murlocs. Well met.
Greetings.
What kind of looks fun? This one I like. Clutch Mother Zavis, who is for the Warlock. She's a legendary, and whenever you discard this card, give it 2/2 and return it to your hand.
That could be good. It seems like it would take a really long time to be relevant.
I don't know. It's like I already have a discard deck, so good work. The Warlock quest is discard 6 cards, gain Nether Portal. And if I remember correctly, Nether Portal summons a bunch of imps. There we go. Nether Portal. At the end of your turn, summon 2 3/2 imps.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, because it's not a creature.
It's not a creature, it's just a thing on the board. This one is interesting. Corrupting Mist. It's a 2-mana Corrupt every minion. Destroy them at the start of your next turn.
That actually could be viable.
It's some pretty strong board clear for 2 mana.
I guess it balances out with Lakari Fellhound because that's a 4/3/8 that has the battle cry discard 2 cards. It's really, really bad.
Not if you have things that synergize with discarding.
You can synergize all you want, but if you get rid of your hand, then you're gonna die.
That's why you use the hero power, Adam.
But then you just die quicker.
That's why it has taunt, Adam.
And it's just, it seems too weak for its cost.
Get good. Warrior. We have King Mosh, the legendary. He's a 9 mana 9/7, and is destroy all damaged minions.
Ultimate execute.
This one I think is interesting. I'll probably play this just because it'd probably be a cheap way to play. Explore Ungoro. It's a 2 mana, and it's replaced your entire deck with copies of Discover a Card.
That just seems weird.
It's a hyper random warrior deck.
Although, does that card cost mana?
What? Explore Ungoro?
Yeah.
It costs 2 mana.
No, the card it gives you.
I would assume so.
Because if it does, it actually makes your deck much worse.
Well, like if the Discover a card.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how the mechanic would be. If you draw it, do you discover a card, or do you have to play it and discover a card? And does that cost mana? Yeah, that could be much worse. And we got Molten Blade. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a new weapon. Neat.
That's pretty neat. The next one is the most important card in this entire expansion. Ozruk. 9/5/5 Taunt Battlecry. Gain 5 health for each elemental you played last turn. He truly will break yourselves upon his body.
I mean, you can, the amount of, elemental being able to play in this expansion is pretty insane, so you could easily, give him, 30 health.
Feel the strength of the earth. He said that a lot. Wow.
And we have Hemet Nessingwary back as Hemet the Jungle Hunter. He's a 6/6/6 Sign of the Beast. Battlecry, destroy all cards in your deck that cost 3 or less. I don't
know why you'd want to do that.
I don't understand.
I'd really like to know what the point of that is.
I don't understand you, Mr. Nessingwary.
Is that if you were playing Exodia or some shit, you'd be like, haha, now all I have left is Exodia. But I don't know what you would use him for.
I mean, would he synergize with the Raptors? Because, the Raptors have 4 attack and they cost 1, so, you might want to get more of them out quicker, but I don't know if it's worth destroying your deck.
Oh, well.
We'll see. This I like. Elise Trailblazer. Trailblazer. And she shuffles a sealed Ungoro pack into your deck. It's kind of why I like Melkazar, because he just shuffles in 5 random legendaries into your deck.
That could be interesting.
Blaze Caller 7/6/6 Battlecry. If you played an elemental last turn, deal 5 damage. Neat. Gluttonous Ooze Battlecry. Destroy your opponent's weapon and gain armor equal to its attack.
Rip in peace, warrior. You're basically dead now.
The Volcanosaur, which we mentioned before, is a 7/5/6, which is double adapt. Servant of Kalamos, Battlecry. If you played an elemental last turn, discover an elemental.
There's a really cheeky card called Glacial Shard. The 1/2/1 elemental. Battlecry, freeze an enemy.
This is a very cheeky card that I'm happy to see. The Golaka Crawler, who's a 2 mana 2/3 Battlecry. Destroy a pirate, gain 1/1.
Oh, those crabs keep getting hungrier.
They keep getting hungrier. Tara Creep, who's a 3/1/5 with taunt and has +2 attack during your opponent's turn.
Um, I guess it seems too bad to use, really, but it's a thing that exists.
Yeah, and then pretty much the rest are just tokens and stuff we didn't bother to go over because we're cool like that.
Well, yeah, 'cause going over literally every card, I think would people want to kill themselves out of boredom. But yeah, there are a lot of interesting cards in Ungora, which is good because we're losing more cards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Blizzard like cycling standard like every year, but that means like every year we need to have like 3 or 4 expansions.
Well, they do
Yeah,
because they have at least 2 card expansions and then 2 adventures. I think is what it is.
which I think is fine. It's just like we just need to keep that pace.
Well, they've done it since 2014. I think 13 was in beta, but 14 was the first real year of it.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah,
but
interesting stuff in Hearthstone.
it works. So the last thing we have to talk about really is that patch 7.2 for World of Warcraft, Tomb of Sargeras, is live today, and what I can say is for the people watching this, it will be Wednesday because we record this on Tuesday. It's up on Wednesday, but as of Tuesday, it is up. Uh, Basically, the breakdown of it is that we are returning to the Broken Shore, where we got our asses absolutely destroyed before the expansion, and it brings with it a couple things. The Broken Shore is a new questing area. It has a new faction called the Legion Fall, Forces of Legion Fall. It has rare spawns, world bosses, etc. There is a new 5-man dungeon, the Cathedral of Eternal Night, which has Illidan and Maiev in it. It has class mounts. Not immediately, but you'll be able to unlock class-specific and even sometimes spec-colored specific mounts.
Neat.
You can find those a number of places. There's a lot to go over with those.
I want my owl.
For priest?
Yeah.
All right. I forgot you even had a priest.
Yeah, too spoopy, the Shadow
Oh,
Priest.
God, that's why I forgot. I put that out of my mind.
Oh, and he's going to
Anyway.
ride on his owl midnight.
Who?
Yeah. Don't ask for who the bell tolls.
Okay, anyway, we have some changes to artifacts. For one thing, there are more traits available to put into, or there are more points you can put into each trait now. I think you have to unlock the ability to do that, but it adds more progression for artifacts. Although there is some controversy regarding just how much you have to grind to accomplish that, which I don't want to go into because that is a pain. But there are more artifact points available. You will be able to research 2 new tiers in your order hall. Let me just go ahead and see what those specifically are. You have the ability to recruit a new class-specific troop type that increases success chance by 30% of those missions. Roster of champions, yeah, you get to increase the number of champions you have active at once by 1. And the final point is artifact power items gained from world quests and missions have a chance to grant double artifact power, which means that instead of 100 years, it'll only take most of your life to complete your artifact.
I would say, like, human lifespan's about 100 years, but given the fact that you're probably drinking a lot of Mountain Dew and playing World of Warcraft, let's be serious here.
I will have you know, I am drinking Pepsi. Same company, different product. So I actually am drinking Pepsi. So Order Hall, the Order Hall campaign will continue. Obviously, I think a lot of people expect that. The Pathfinder achievement is important to mention. for people who are not aware or forgot, you can't fly in the Legion expansion yet because of the Pathfinder achievement. Part 1 was with the launch, and Part 2 is now with 7.2. So now, if you complete this Part 2 of the achievement, you actually can fly. So you're going to want to do that so you're not a degenerate groundy stuck on the dirt while watching majestic gods of flight all around you.
It's going to be really awkward to just stay on the ground with my owl.
Yeah, well, it's not that if you've completed part 1, part 2 isn't that bad. I can go into the specifics of part 2. For part 1, if you don't already know what part 1 is, then I don't know why you're even listening to this. So for part 2, you need to complete part 1. You need to get the Defender of the Broken Isles achievement, which repels the Legion assault against Azuna, High Mountain, Stormheim, and Valshura, which the Legion assaults similar to when there was the pre-event before Legion. Those are happening again, but only in the Legion zones. So just do one in each of the zones other than the Broken Shore. It's not hard at all. So explore Broken Shore. You gotta just explore the Broken Shore zone, and then of course you need to earn Revered status with the new faction, the Army of Legionfall. All very easy stuff if you've already completed part 1.
Yeah, we ain't getting like another 15 million Apexis crystals again.
No, Khadgar has been reined in from that.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know who I thank for that.
Sargeras.
Yeah, thank you, our Dark Master.
All praise be unto him. So, Legion invasions. Yeah, I already mentioned that. Spell animations. There are improved spell animations for Hunters, Death Knights, and Druids. So, if you thought your animations looked pretty damn jank compared to others, Blizzard agreed. And Death Knight animations in particular look pretty neat.
Speaking of jank classes, how's Warlock doing?
I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm just sticking to Demon Hunter.
All right.
But maybe next expansion. Mists of Pandaria 2. The Hosen return.
Facing against Electric Emperor Boogaloo.
Yeah, the fogs of Hosenria.
It ain't fog.
Okay, so another thing important to mention is that reputation, at least, I don't know if this is extending to every part of the game, but at least with Legion, exceeds past Exalted. So now, when you reach Exalted, there's something called the Paragon system, where every 10,000 reputation past Exalted, you earn like a chest or something.
Oh, I see. So it's reason to keep doing reputation grinding.
Yeah, especially when you get all those reputation tokens that are completely worthless the moment you hit Exalted. So there will be mounts. There will actually be a specific mount for every faction in Legion that has a chance to drop from Paragon chests.
Neat.
So that gives you some incentive to do that. Yeah, moving on, there will be a pet battle dungeon, which you heard me correctly, a pet battle dungeon.
It sounds like going to face a gym leader.
Kind of. It will be the first pet battle dungeon, and it will be in Wailing Caverns.
Huh.
So I guess enjoy that. I don't know. I've never met anybody who really likes pet battling, but I know you guys must be out there somewhere.
I tried to get into it. It's just like it doesn't hold my attention.
I don't like it. It just feels like a really jank mod trying to recreate Pokemon. Which I guess is what it is, no matter how official it is. But anyway, crafted legendary items. There will be legendary items that you can craft. So it takes the RNG out of it a little bit. You can't craft the ones that already exist, but there are new ones you can craft. And just to let you guys know a little bit about that, where the hell are these? I am totally not buying time at all. Why would I want to do that? Okay, so for crafting legendary items, They all require 65 blood of Sargeras, which is not hard to get at this point. They require very specific materials beyond that, and they require Nether Shard Essence, which is sold for 8,000 Nether Shards, which, welcome back to Apexis Crystals, folks. So anybody who forgot what Nether Shards are, they are the reward that you got pre-expansion for invasion events. Well, invasion events are in the Legion zones again, so grind out them invasions, I guess. It's a way of making so that it's not just all RNG, but
So yeah, you can either have RNG or you can have a grind. Take your pick.
and is what it is. There is a system for helping bad RNG supposedly, but Blizzard doesn't give any details. So also there are legendary item changes. So there are changes to current legendaries, mostly just slight nerfs. They don't really matter. There are PvP brawls. This is another major one. And this is all on MMO Champion, by the way. There are PvP brawls, which are basically special maps that don't really have any important score. Like, they're not ladder based. So, for instance, South Shore versus Terran Mill is the old classic map back in the day when World PvP was a thing, and then they brought it with the or I think it was not but early into Warlords of Draenor. They had a PvP map of Terran Mill versus South Shore. It was just a big death match, and that it was gone after that like month. So it's being brought back, and there's also a map where you can play Eye of the Storm, but the gravity is like really low or something. And then there's one of like Winter Arathi Basin. It's neat, and yeah, that's mostly about it. There's some miscellaneous changes. For one thing in particular, and I think this is something that nobody really talked about, but everybody hated, was Blood Elf female weapons. They were very small. They were, if you saw some of it, they were hilariously small. And they've changed that. So now they seem to be in line with others. So
I want them now to be like hilariously big.
Well, they are,
like
because
bigger
it's
than
World
the
of
Tauren
Warcraft.
weapons.
They're not quite that big, but I will actually send you a comparison image because it will be helpful for illustrating my point. This stupid folder has to load. It's like 30 images. What do you have to load? Jesus Christ. Anyway, so let me just go ahead and, well, yeah, looks like that's right. So where is it? On my desktop? It is. All right, I'm stupid. So hopefully Dan will put this in the video.
We'll see.
Here is an example of a Demon Hunter pre and post patch. The glowing effect might make it a little hard to tell.
Yeah, a little bit, although I can see the difference.
It's a lot better than it was. Like some shields that were the size of like their head are now the size of their torso.
I get it. No more -5 strength. That's a Dungeons and Dragons joke.
So yeah, it should be noted that the raid Tomb of Sargeras is not out yet, and it won't be out for weeks. I think maybe sometime late in April. I don't know if there's actually a confirmation date, but this is mostly just to prepare for the raid.
Yeah, I would imagine late April, because it would make sense for Blizzard to stagger release stuff with Angoro Crater coming out early to mid-April.
With this patch, with this raid coming out probably by the beginning of May, I can't help but wonder how the patch cycle is going to continue, because 7.3 they've already said was going to be we're going to go to Argus, and we're probably going to fight Sargeras. And if January 20th, I believe, was when the Nightwell came out. So if that's the case, then it was like 3-4 months maybe to the next patch. So
maybe every quarter.
maybe, yeah, like August we'll probably get 7.3, but maybe September. But then what about January of the next year? What are we going to do for that whole year until the next expansion?
We're gonna go back to the mists of Hosenria,
Obviously.
and we're gonna like grind out some copper ore.
I've actually seen people complaining on forums, especially MMO Champion, which I don't know why any human being would ever subject themselves to the MMO Champion forums, but of people complaining about having too much to do, and
Oh
it's
God,
like
come on.
it's weird. It's the opposite of Warlords, but that is the nature of the community.
Yeah, it's like you want red, we give you red, but now you to complain that there isn't enough blue.
Liking blue and red, not liking green.
Adam, stop being racist and dealing with color, okay?
Okay, first of all, I don't see color because I am literally colorblind. Someone help me.
You are not. That is a lie. You're a pathological liar, Adam. And a
You-
racist.
You are a sexist.
Yes, I am. All right,
Take
so so yeah, that's most of what's going to come out with 7.2.
Yeah, do we go into more specific details? But like for instance, the item levels for certain with dungeons, for instance, are going up. The difficulty of base dungeons and the rewards from them are going up. But those are kind of minute details.
Yeah, for the most part, like, we got new order hall stuff, we got a couple mechanics with crafting, we got new mounts, we got new raid, bunch of interesting stuff coming along. Yeah.
That about solves that.
Oh, do we have anything else? Because it's been a pretty sparse week because everyone else is kind of digesting all of the major releases that have happened between Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mass Effect Andromeda. Everyone's kind of full.
I really hope Yooka-Laylee does not have the Andromeda problem.
I doubt it. Like even like all the preview stuff I've seen, everything seems super tight.
I hope nobody in Yooka-Laylee has their face get tired.
I wonder if any of them going to do like that newt penguin thing, even though it would make sense because it's cartoony and they're animals.
Oh, I hate Ryder's face so much.
Oh God,
It's like she always has this shit-eating grin.
I'll never get over the cutscene where the Sari is pointing the gun backwards. How do you do that? How did that get past anyone? I know making video games are not easy, but it's like putting someone's feet backwards.
It's so great. Oh God, I was really hoping it wouldn't be bad, and I guess it's not terrible, but it's just.
It is what it is.
Come on, somebody make a patch to like fix the whole game.
I mean,
is that a thing that can happen?
We can re-release Skyrim every year, but we can't fix this.
I don't think they want to touch it.
I
hope this doesn't kill Mass Effect.
I don't know. I don't think like this is like other M bad. It's more like Fallout 4 bad.
Well, that was bad for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, just like this is bad for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, but it's like the difference between Mass Effect Andromeda and Mass Effect 3. They're very differently a problem.
Yeah. It's just. I mean, like, you even look back at Mass Effect 1, and the animations on that, like, they might be a little dated, but they're still pretty tight. They're still pretty well polished. So to see this game come out in this day and age, current year, it's pretty inexcusable, especially when you're asking for a $60 price tag.
I mean, on Amazon, if you're a Prime member, you can get it for 47. I still don't think it's worth that.
No, not to be a Prime member.
So the other day I was debating whether I was going to get Horizon Zero Dawn or Mass Effect Andromeda, and I think that decision's been made for me.
Yeah, I've only heard good things about Horizon. Everyone is in love with Ashley Birch's character Aloy, which I will never get comfortable with saying.
It sounds like a really bad mispronunciation of alloy.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the idea, because the robots and metal. Woo!
Well, that's actually the idea.
Yeah.
That actually kind of makes me mad.
I don't know. It's like having like a female character, but her name isn't Axel. It's Axel.
Oh,
it's
God.
something like that. It's like it's just slightly off. It annoys me.
Okay, this podcast is over. I'm triggered into another dimension.
All right, so that's been, I don't know, whatever number we're on here, like 15, and it is March 8th. It's March 28th, 2017, and I'm done if you're done, Adam.
Yeah, I think it's about time I found something to eat. But so, yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.